think we're live. Troll says we're live, and I believe him. What's up, Ben? Tim. I think I saw Retro Puffer. Trolls. Matt. Ferd. VTech. Electro Omega. 80 Phase, Zach H. Tony Howe. I'm going to call you Tony Heyo. Okay, hold on. They want me to run an ad. We got Mike. We got Vince. We got Herb. We got Ferd. We got Tim. We got Joe. John. What's up, Speaker? We have to talk about Speaker in a little bit. Big help this week. We got Super Lead. Coots. Coombs. John. Got Eddie. Got Justin. Fretless Ed. Judge Shred. John Gregory. Chris. Double R Guitar. Majestic PB and J Cat. Yeti Matzi. Of course, Steve. And Electric Gypsy Blues. Is that the new Vola? This is the newest Vola. Had about a month now, maybe. Who else we got? Dan, Michael D. Nelson. Got Eric, Keith. Hit Metal Works. G'day. Hey. Hey. Yeah. Hey. That's an English conversation. Yeah. John Doe. XD Gumbanzo. We got everybody here. We got Richard. What's up, John? I do like the sound of this guitar. What's up, Deanna? Martian Murray. Got Sean. Overlord. James. I think we got everybody. Sassy Cat. Blackjack Guitar. All the insiders. Have I tried a jet guitar? I don't think so. I don't think so. What's up, Power Lead X? I saw that I will be on Ben Coombs' show tomorrow night. So I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We're still in Daylight Time. Thoughts on a Bulgara 6220? Never played one. don't think I've really ever played very many Bugera amps. Quite frankly, I haven't played many amps. Not much of an amp guy. You know, way more into guitars than amps, that's for sure. Amps are overrated, exactly. Once they were necessary to amplify the sound. Now we have all kinds of ways of doing that. Are amp prices falling too? Well, generally, in economics, we would call that a complementary good, right? When the price of, say, versus a competitive good, so the price, if tea gets too expensive, people might switch to coffee. But if coffee gets too expensive and people don't want to switch to tea, right, or people don't want to make a switch, you actually lose sales of half and half, right? Like a direct, that's a complementary good, half and half, or a light cream, right? As people's consumption goes down on one product. It has nothing to do with the dairy market, but like the coffee market can affect the dairy market. So I would say, yeah, the guitar market can affect the amp market. They are complementary goods. You know, the only time I use an amp is when I have company over and we want to plug through an amp. That's about it. Other than that, I go through headphones. Yeah, I'm going Canadian. Yeah, I'm going to start off with a little poutine. You know, the poutine routine. Oh, was that thunder? We getting another round? We had some serious thunderstorms here today, man. Oh, Tony, look at you. You maniac. That is super, super generous. I'm just checking the radar range. There could be something heading this way, but it doesn't look right here. Looks a little distant. Steve, a nice trailer update. Nearly done. This is for you to grab a beer or a toke. Thank you. With that LS. Is this for my... not LS. It's this is my speaker. For helping you with the trailer. You rock, man. A true friend. All right, so should we go? Usually I would tease the trailer to the second half of the show, you know, for the diehard fans. But if you're on the Insiders Club, you've probably already seen it. If you're just a regular member of the public library, then you've only seen a little bit of a glimpse of it. Glimpse. Exactly. I'm going to listen to Rush, get some poutine. And I'm going to make the case for Nickelback. Although I will say, I did hear a Nickelback song the other day, and I forgot how processed some of those vocals sounded. You wonder if those... you wonder if that was like software harmonies. You know what I'm saying? Like, not real. They're almost like a little too good. You know. I do like this guitar a lot. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's sort of version of auto-tune in a sense, yeah, because it sort of, it locks in some vocals, so you get a little bit of that chorusing that happens when one or more people are out of tune with each other, but you need at least one or two people, like, locked in, like, really in, to make it sound right. We have had such absolute garbage weather. It has been, it's been annoying. It's been very, very annoying. All right, now hold on. Hold on there, Hotshot. Calm down there, Hottie. Where is it? I had a good one. No. Yeah, I think it's right around here. No, that's not it, because it's not. That's an earlier. So I'm trying to look for some final photos here, where, like, I know I did a couple of extra, like, a couple of extra things are in that. Oh, that might be a good one. That seems to have everything. Yeah, that one too. Both of these could work. Let me find a good photo. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah, these could work. These could work right here. This seems to be, this is a very late stage photo here. Right, because you gotta, I did so much after, we'll get to the final, well, almost the final product, not quite the final product. Nelson, since day one, hoodies up. That's being a zoo crew, 19 months long. Well, thank you. Well, thank you. Oh, and Sassy Cat, thank you. Look at, very, very generous. And it's coming at a good time, because a speaker will tell you, you know, the lumber wasn't cheap. You know, I was thinking about that, speaker. If we could have gotten away with, like 1x6 boards, it would actually be cheaper. The boards are more expensive, but there's not as much waste, right? We had to cut quite a bit off the 2x4s. I mean, the 4x8. So you'd just buy fewer boards. So it actually comes actually less money than the plywood sheet, and you could get like 1x6 or 1x8 and put them in. But it's not. You'd probably have to drill more holes to make sure you have quite the, you know, the really good connection. And there's something about having it all tied into one sheet. Although I guess you could put like a 1/4-inch piece of plywood on the inside. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot. You could do a lot. Anyway. Now, do you remember it when it came in? Maybe we need to go back and we'll look at it from when it arrived. From whence it came. Yeah, here we go. I'll give you a quick pick right here. Hold on. We're back in April. I forgot how bad this thing looked. Hold on. It's been looking pretty good for so long now. You forget from whence it came. Yeah, right around here is when it showed up. And remember, it wasn't in one piece for very long. I ripped the thing apart, like, literally in the first couple of days. Yeah. Okay, here's two good shots. That. The hell, and that. Here's two shots for it, right? That's what it looked like when it came in. Let's just remember that is what it looked like when it showed up here. All right, you just keep that in your head. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go back here, and can I open up just like two? Sure. Look at you computer whiz. You like wicked like computers. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. That's pretty good. You ready? Y'all ready for this? Oh, I'm entertaining myself. Okay, you ready? Here we go. There's the old. And there's the new. Do, 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 do. Where's my... Do I have a... Maybe I don't. I'm going to say, do I have like a yay sound effect? I don't think I do. So the one thing that is in here that wasn't here when speaker left is, all the bolts. You screw it in like it's like practically like a friggin' rivet set, and these are 3/4 inch, very large screws. These are like number 10 or number 12. These literally just make it through the hole. In fact, it was awesome. Like when these went in, they pulled this board in so friggin' tight. You can see this speaker, how this pulled in too, all pulled in tight. Even along the sides, it really pulled it in. Unfortunately, my wife was looking at that and she's like, I don't like this crack down the side. It's plywood. It's the outer ply. It's got like friggin' 9 plies in there or some shit. Don't worry about it. It's just the outer ply. When I paint it, you won't even see it. But I can't paint it because it's so friggin' wet. Speaker will tell you. Again, before and after. And, of course, none of these lights work in the before. And all of these lights work in the after. The wheel works. Everything works. It's all been awesome. And I couldn't have done it without speaker. There's no friggin' way I could have done it. A speaker, I don't think you saw this. I put the bar on the back. I used the same carriage bolts. We had 2 bolts left over. So I used the same carriage bolts that I used. This is not a step, though. It's way too shallow for a step. This is actually for where the board slides down in the back. That's the foot, right, for the board. And there she blows. Now, this side isn't perfect. There's actually a little gap on this side. It's much tighter than when speaker left. But as he noted, the iron on this side is a little bent in. So I got a bottle jack, and I'm just going to put a board on the side. I'll take this panel off on the left, leave this panel here on the right, and just set up like a board on this, and then a very small board on that. So this one will spread everything out on this side and on this side, just in this little center. And I should be able to knock that down enough to get this board all the way over. But you can barely, when I say all the way over, I mean it's off by like an inch on a 5-foot span. So, it's pretty good. And the wheel was working great. Everything's working great. So, unfortunately, I didn't have my camera, but let's just go over the horrible, crappy, terrible friggin' weather that we have had. It has just been unfriggin' believable how I was like, I have plenty of time. Keep doing it. And what happened was it just got hot and muggy. So speaker comes over on, I want to say it was the day after my last live show. I want to say that was a Sunday, right? Because it was a Labor Day weekend. So he came over on Sunday, and we went over to the Home Depot, and we got, I think most of you, I think, saw that photo. That was a public photo, I think. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, right there. And we got the, the lumber, 5 sheets of 3/4 inch plywood, and we brought it back, and we're able to. The weird thing is, all of these things look like they're bent in the middle. That's the goddamn reflection. It's taking me long. See how this one, at another angle, this will look like it's bent. It's not. It's the reflection of the friggin' sidebar. That took me so friggin' long to figure that out. I was like, why does it look like it's bent down in the corner? It's not. It's the reflection of the cage. I'm like, oh, right, the cage. Anyway, oh yeah. You ready? That speaker right there. See him? Yep. That was him. Take a good long look. That's after we get the floor in. Speaking of weather, do you treat that wood with a marine grain sealer? What you do is you buy pressure treated. And when we got, and again, if it wasn't for speaker, we wouldn't have, this wouldn't have got done. This is when we first put the floor in. Floor went in first, and then the front panel went in next, and then the sides went in last. But we go down to the home despot there, and we're buying. There's a good shot of it right there. After we got the floor in, that was on Sunday. Then he came back on Monday, and we got the other, the 3 panels in. But we go over to Home Depot, and anybody who's gone to Home Depot knows this. Your top minimum 3, maybe as many as 6 boards or sheets or whatever are garbage, right? Unless it's like sheetrock. But for the most part, if it's any sort of wood product, it's absolute garbage. Right? It's all wavy. It's like just terrible, right? These are all the rejects, and people have gone through the pile, and then they put them back on the top. So it's like, it took us like 4 sheets, maybe at least 3, I think 4 sheets we had to take down before we actually got to a flat sheet, one that didn't look like it was going around a freaking corner. The other thing that happens when you get that deep, though, is it gets wetter, a lot wetter, because the top stuff dries out, the stuff that's down inside stays damp. So you could feel this stuff was completely injected with the, is it copper? It's like a copper solution, I think, right? And that prevents it from rotting in the rain, and getting insects, things like that. So, you do, right, Tony? You got to dig through the pile. You really do. Because if you don't, it's like you're just going to walk out with garbage wood. The top, at least 4 to 6 boards are always garbage. Always. So we get the stuff, and he says, I won't leave you high and dry. He goes, I'll come back tomorrow, and I'll help you. And I was like, cool. And this is what it looked like when he left. Now, if you look closely, you can see none of the rivets are in, right? None of the screws are in, right? They're all just sitting up there. And this one isn't. You see how it's out a little bit? It's kicked out a little bit? Because we found out as we were putting it in, there was actually a couple of screws back here sticking in from some of the back brackets that needed to get channeled out. So, yeah, right there. So I just got out my sander the next day, and I got one out. There's the other one, and then you can see the 2, right? So it's a nice tight fit. It's pretty nice. Fitting in the back there. It's pretty good. I mean, right up to the top. I was pretty happy with generally how it came out. I was really friggin' happy with it. And then I started bolting things in. Like if you see it like here, you can see I have like 1 bolt in here. See that? I'm just starting to bolt it in. 1 bolt here, 1 bolt there. Right, just starting to pull things in. And, hold on. Let me get out of here and go here. Where's a good shot? Yeah. Now, you can see I got a lot more bolts in, right? You can see I'm filling it in. This is, and it is so friggin' hot and humid out. I can't even, impart to you how ridiculously. And then you can see, on this side, see it down there? Oops, sorry. See it down there? You can't, see it's not quite flush against it. This is the last, little mile on this, but we're getting there. And I tell you, if it wasn't for speaker, there's no way There's no way this would have got done. You know, again, looking pretty good. That's even before it's fully in. Really, it's right around here. It starts to take shape. Right? You can really see it getting tight against the sides. And I've got way more bolts in now. And then the next thing I did was I started to put... Yeah. Let me see if I can get... I start to put the eyelets in. And these eyelets, not only do they screw in, so you start them, and they're working into this board, and you just tighten them in with a screwdriver. And they are pulling this board in like you cannot believe. Like, this board is never coming out. And shockingly, they didn't go through on the other side. I'm sure if I cranked it down a little more, I could get it to pop on the other side, but I didn't get it to pop. I was, and you can see my new paint looking nice and shiny. All right, what else do I have here? Let me see if I got another good shot for you. Yeah, right, like right there. And you can see I've got an eyelet here, an eyelet here, an eyelet here, and here. And then down on the side, there's one in the back, there's one in the middle. On the other side, there's also ones in the same spot. So we're getting there. We're getting the eyelets on. And this is all culminating because I have, again, just to give you a good shot of it, there's the carriage bolt. They don't quite fit, but, you know, you put enough pressure on that socket, and, you know, if you don't break the bolt, you win. So it's in there. And I think that might be about it. Yeah, I think I already showed you. There's the sort of that back. It's not a step. It really isn't. There's a center bolt, but the center bolt goes nowhere. I think he wanted to put a center bolt in and then realized it went into the middle of the center tube, and there was really no way to attach on the other side. I could maybe try to hammer in like some sort of plastic clip or metal clip that spans out on the inside, and then use some sort of like machine screw that wings out the inner thing and, you know, makes it something. But you know, it's like I said, it's not a step. It's not supposed to take the weight of a person. It's really to hold the board up when you put the door in the back. What else do I have? I think is about it. That is pretty much it. There is, let me see if I can get a good shot of it here. Right there. There is your final. There is your final, well, not quite final, but pretty damn close to final. Again, you can see the side ring there, the side ring there. We'll get a few more eyelets on it, and we're getting there. Yeah, I would say very, very, very close to done. Now, what I didn't do, and regrettably, I had a lot of yard waste. I have a party that's supposed to be happening a week from tomorrow. The forecast between now, it already had crazy, wicked freaking thunderstorms out there today with, you know, massive flooding, and it was pretty crazy. And it's been like that, and it's going to be like that all friggin' week. So I knew that we had, even though it was super humid, we didn't have quite the thunderstorms. So I knew Friday, even though it was ridiculously friggin' hot out, I cleaned out a lot of the backyard, and I put a tarp. I lined the bed of the trailer with the tarp, and just threw everything. Got 2 full barrels, 3 full buckets full of nasty garbage, you know, all like composted stuff that's been sitting around for a while. And then 3 or 4 tarps emptied onto the back. And then the problem is I never had my phone in my pocket because I was worried about damaging it. So I didn't take a photo of it. I wish that's my big regret. Didn't take any pictures of it. And then, so I got everything like that sort of in, and then I added on the top. I had a bag in the garage. I forgot that I had already started with cuttings or something like that. Threw that in the back, and then I had a bunch of brush, and I dragged all that brush out. I had to cut a little bit of it to get it to even fit in the back, even though it's 8 feet long. The brush was like 20 feet long. So I got that cut, got all that in there, and then I covered it with a tarp. I had to cover the whole thing. I had to with bungee cords all the way over the front, all the way around the back, completely covered up, like a big shell. And again, I'm driving all of 3 minutes to the dump, and I took the wife this morning, so I wanted to take a photo of it, but you have her. It's so soupy out. They're calling it beyond humid. We're calling it swampy. That's what they're calling it now, swampy. Like dew point of the 75. So we got up this morning. I got up at 7, and then by 8 o'clock I was ready to roll. The dump opens at 8, and I got the wife up, and finally we did get going, and got down there. And the one thing you have to realize is that, and this is my first time doing this, you really got to pull straight and straighten that friggin' trailer up behind you before you start to back up. If that trailer is bent at all, you're just going to keep bending and bending and bending. So for me, once I just pulled straight enough, I could just go fairly straight back. And the other thing is I could look over my shoulder and see over it, as long as I don't have anything rising up over the top. The top is just low enough that I can see past it, like no problem. I think if I was shorter, or if the trailer was taller, that wouldn't happen. And it doesn't seem like that when you're backing up into it, but remember, you're going to lower it down, and it actually gets a little lower, and your line of sight sort of opens up. So we went to the brush pile first, dumped everything off there, and my wife was like, boy, this is a game changer, huh? I'm like, yeah. And then we went down to the lawn and leaf pile, and did the same thing, was able to take a big U-turn and then back it right in, and we dragged the tarp off the back. I said, well, let's just drag this thing right out. We drag it out. It's so heavy we can't get the tarp out from under the grass, right? The grass, all the leaves and everything that's on top of it. And the guy next to us saw us struggling. He goes, oh, we got this, hold on. And he came over and he goes, let's just do it together. 1, 2, 3. And there it is. 1, 2, 3. And then we had it. It was done. And we got out of there. Huge. I mean, I could just see this thing. What a game changer for bringing stuff up there. That was like, God, probably 10, maybe 15 bags worth of crap, right, that I'd have to put out on the street or haul up to there in the back of the friggin' Impala. Just throw it in the back, just right in the back, and I'm good to go. So anyway, yeah, pulling forward equals good. Exactly. Yeah, because at first I took the U-turn, I saw the back, and the trailer's going like this. I'm like, oh, hold on. And I just went forward like even farther. And all of a sudden, you can see the trailer come around behind. Now when I go back, it goes just straight back. I'm like, there you go. A little bit of side to side. But if you're even, if your car is straight and the trailer is like a little hooked, it's like no matter how much you do, it's like now you've got to go the other way and try and it's too much, especially when it's crowded. I think what I figured out too is that you got to go early. You go too late and it's just going to be way too crowded. Go early, load up on Thursday and Friday, and get there, Saturday. Beat all the lazy people that just won't go up and go. By the time you get to 10 or 11 a.m., it gets pretty crazy there. And then it gets quieter. And then there's a huge push leading up to when it closes, because people are like, oh, I'm going to miss the friggin' dump. And everybody's running up to the dump. So I should get there early, and just, the fewer people there, the better. Did I tell you that the only time I ever got in a car accident, like I want to say in the last 20 years, was a guy while I was emptying out the back of my car? I hear like boom, and I see my car rock, and I like look over the side up to the front, and it was a dude backing his trailer in. He was trying to back his trailer in, he couldn't get it to go, and he hit the front of my minivan, and like we wound up exchanging. He was so apologetic, and we wound up exchanging, papers, and it was his trailer. He whacked his trailer into the front of my car, and he wanted to pay me. But unfortunately for him, I had gone through something with that, and it turned into a debacle, and I wound up just going through the insurance company anyway. And I just didn't want to go through that again. I feel like we're just delaying the inevitable. Why don't you just hand me your papers? He's like, all right. He was so bummed. I think to fix the thing was about $900. And he probably paid like friggin', $3,000 in surcharges over 6 years. It's any kind of damage, just say insurance. Oh no, it was damaged. No, he whacked he whacked the he hit it pretty good. And he was like, he was so bummed. He was like, sorry, dude. Exchange papers. He's like, why don't you just get a price on it? I'll pay you cash. I'm like, I said, what the problem is somebody, I just went through that and it didn't work out, so I'm kind of shy on doing that. I just want to exchange papers. He's like, all right. It was like, what a pisser. I was like, that's wicked pisser. My state just got totaled for about 11 grand in. Yeah, 11 grand in bodywork, yeah. My wife's car got hit in the parking lot. And she's like, it's nothing. It's probably a few $100s. I go, that's a Cadillac ATS. Hey, I'm going to guess 7 grand. She's like, get out of here. It was like $6,890. All covered by insurance. Did you call police officer at the scene when it happened? What, down at the dump? Nah. In fact, I would very rarely call the police. I'd most likely just take a picture of his license plate with my phone and of him, and just go through my insurance company and just say he refused to exchange information, but this is the guy that hit me. And just file the claim. When someone hit you, it took almost a year dealing with the insurance company. Yeah, can't do cash these days. Too hard to estimate. You know what? You know what, Surfy? I wonder about that. Because I want to say that the total cost. They put a new bumper on. They painted it. And I think there was might have been like a fog light down there or a reflector that got damaged. All on one side, right? He was trying to back in next to me on my driver's side, and he hit the driver's side front of my vehicle. Luckily, he didn't shear down the whole friggin' side of my car. Let's just say it could have been worse. But I want to say they came back. I want to say that was, now that I think about it, I want to say it was $690. If I remember correctly, it was like $693. That they had estimated would be the fix. I wonder if I just drove in there and I wasn't there. Like, in other words, I went to the Chrysler dealer to have it done because it was a Chrysler Town and Country. Or was it a Dodge? No, it's a Chrysler. And I went to the Chrysler dealership and they did it. And he looked at what the insurance had estimated. He says, oh, yeah, we can work with this. This is fine. Yeah, that's fine. We'll be happy to do this. I said, all right. And they did it. Now, instead of going through the insurance, if that guy said, why don't you just get an estimate and I'll pay you cash for it, you wonder if I went in there and just said, how much to fix the front of my car? You wonder if it would have been $690. I'm guessing it wouldn't. I'm guessing it would be a lot more. But the insurance company's like, we're putting a figure on it, $690. The dealer's like, yeah, we'll take that. Right, because it's guaranteed money. But if I just walked in and said, yeah, I need a new bumper, it would have been more like $1,200. Ever play a Rev Star? I think I might have at one of the GitCons or one of the, what was it, Gearhead University? God, that thing. Because I want to say Yamaha was a sponsor, because I believe Chris Buck was there. Well, who I didn't really talk to when we were there. I kind of knew him. I recognized him. But I wound up really not talking to him there. But on the way home, we were both trapped in the same Amsterdam hotel. Like, as our flights, there was all kinds of crazy weather. And we were both laid over. It was me and Nate Navarro and Guitar Max, and we were down in Glen Fricker, and we were down in the lobby waiting to go into the buffet, and out walks Chris Buck. He goes, hey! We were like, hey! It's like, looks like we're not the only ones stuck here. The Rev Stars are nice. I was drooling over a PRS stuff today. Also really cool, like a bass 6 thing. Yeah, those bass 6s kind of interest me too. You know, or a baritone guitar. But I know you're saying those bass 6s kind of cool. So we were able to get a bunch of stuff up to the dump today, and of course it friggin' poured this afternoon. Thank God I got everything up there. And right after, and I mean right after it had poured, I ran out in the driveway just to see if there was any puddling inside the trailer, and nothing. So looks like it's not gonna be like holding puddle, because you worry about that. Nothing will ruin it faster than if there's no drainage and it just puddles up inside and just sits there. Yeah, right, speaker? Oh my God. I think you were right in line, because it came up out of more like the south direction. So yeah, you would have, I think you were right in the same line. My God, it was, I looked up out there at one point, I was like, oh man, that's crazy. My backyard is like a friggin' swimming pool. Look at this. It's got to be a foot of water down there, down at the end, you know. Like, no. I am so ready for a crispy fall morning. Let me know when the first friggin' frost shows up. I am ready. We did not have a hot summer, but we had a muggy summer and a wet summer, and that just continues. And like literally, let me see here. I was like, listen, all I need is like one day to just clean the yard up before, next Saturday. What do you got? She's like, well, this is your next 7 days. And there's like a spot afternoon storm. That was today. That was that friggin' downpour. Scattered storms, a spot shower, a few showers, an afternoon storm, and then there's a rain chance, okay? Like, ah! Ah! So we'll see. They're saying since that came out, now they're saying that Friday might be dry and Saturday might be dry. Exactly. We had a swampy Florida. We did. The swampy. Oh my God. It is like unbelievable. So like, it feels a little humid around a dew point of 60. By the time you get to 65, it's pretty muggy. By the time you get to 70, they call it oppressive, When you get to 75, 76, they call it swampy. And we are in the swamp. Hello from Rio. Exactly. It's 70, but it feels like 100. Oh my God, you're out. The speaker was just standing there. You're just sweating. I remember I told him, I texted him the next day. I said, hey, I got this done. He goes, dude, you got to be sweating bullets. He goes, I walked for like 10 minutes and I was just like drenched. I'm like, I know. It's so gross out. There's just nowhere for the friggin' moisture to go other than like on you. It's like so disgusting. You stepped into somebody's mouth. It really is. We're running central air nonstop and 2 dehumidifiers nonstop. I got my central air set to 66. And it can barely get down to like 73, right? Because it's so woefully inadequate, this stupid friggin' thing. That guy. Another dude arguing with me. Way undersized for this house. We need minimum 4, probably more like a 5-ton. He put a 3-ton in. Exactly, whole body crotch rot. Doing anything to our guitars? I wonder about that because I happen to have my Gibson Les Paul out today, and I just remembered that when I got it, it had like this like really cool serial number. It was like, 21020000, right? It was all, right? It was like some crazy, it was like 2010000, right? And I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool number, It's a 2020, and couldn't read it. I think the wood is so friggin' swollen. Couldn't read the Made in USA any longer, even though that's stamped in the back. I think it's so friggin' humid, right? It's like it's I'm losing the edge of those indents. Those indents are filling with moisture coming out. Steve will be well received. Keep an eye on the weather this week. I know it's going to be a little. Well, they say there's a small chance, we could see something from that hurricane, but it just depends on whether they can get the that cold front to come down and push it out. Yeah, so this isn't it on the trailer, but this is the pile of the debris that went up to the dump. And the best thing is that it didn't really have to do much sorting or anything. You just drag it on and throw it on the trailer, drive it up there and throw it off. Yeah, I've done the same thing fretless said. Fixed indents with a wet cloth and a soldering iron, or a dry cloth and a real steam iron. Another way to do it. A couple of ways you can do it. And so that those fibers, those crushed fibers, can get life back in them. Right? Did he go calculate room sizes in the unit? Probably no. Apparently he didn't. It really isn't. I feel like, am I losing my voice here? I feel like this is going down. All right here. Check. Oh, there it is. We have a problem here. You hear that? There it goes. Something's up. Something's up. Check. Check. There it goes. I felt like I was way down. Not much better. Much better. Much. Can you use the wet cloth soldering iron trick on a painted gloss finish? Only if it's cracked. Only if in the course of the dent there's been a crack in the finish, because then the steam can get underneath. If it's just a solid dent, you're really not going to get the. In fact, some people just take a little knife and they put a little hole. They prick a little pinhole in with it with a tack, just to get the steam down inside, and then they fill it in with a little bit of super glue, and you can kind of polish that away. But yeah, if there's no break, the one I had, actually, it was dented so severely that the finish had a big crack around the edge, and actually kind of through the center where it got hit, and that steamed right back out again. And then I just smoothed it with a little bit of AC glue, or CA glue, right? Cyanacrylic. Any intention on doing another Dawn Man promotion? Your t-shirt from the last one is worn out. I don't know what's up with Dawn Man. You know, he was always a nice guy, you know, and, but you know, he's out of Belarus. He's out of Minsk, right? Or Minsk, right? And so he's having, he can't ship. There's a lot of people, you know, he's behind sanctions. So I don't know what's going on with that dude. And you know what? He'd be always switching materials. You know, one of my favorite materials is this. That one there, his clear acrylic. Really love that. But I don't even think he has this acrylic any longer. You know, it's like he gets these batches and then they're gone. And then he went to this more solid material, which I also use. But I think when these are gone, I think they're gone for good. Yeah, probably materials are hard to get with the sanctions, yeah. Yep, and then no money flow, right? It's hard to get payment, how to get money. Yeah. Boy, that's good. That is good. Yeah, let's hop into the Guitar Center price drops. Good segue. Good segue. Let's go to right there. Oh, for Christ's sakes, will you please, just enough. There we go. So it's slightly down from where it was this morning, but this morning, this number here, this number right here, was at 88,011. 88,011. Which I've never seen it break 88,000 before. Ever. I couldn't believe when it broke 50,000 because they had not been at 50,000 since like 2019, 2018, right? It's like just crazy. And I think what they're finding out is that people won't pay just anything. You can't just slap a crazy price on it and expect people to pay it. They're balking at it. They just are. And there's a few items that I could look to. Let me just go to keyboards because I really think this is the latest keyboard that just came out by Korg. And I've been following this keyboard for a while. And let's go high to low. And like one of the things here is you look at like the Nautilus, right? And what am I looking at? No, I didn't right there. So if we go here, normally the Nautilus, if I can find one up in the high, that's an 88 though. They've always been around 17, 18, 19.99. If you found one like here for like $16.99, that was kind of a get, right? You're like, oh, $16.99. They would sell very quickly. But as you can see, they wanted $17.99. They're down to $16.49. $17.99 down to $16.19. Right? A new one comes in excellent shape at $16.19. You just keep going. There's a Nautilus 73. Not the 61, the 73 for $13.50. That's a very recent addition. Here's a Nautilus for $12.99. I mean, come on. That's insane. This one has got some condition issues, but $11.99. So, just looking at that as a single product, it's what I would call a commodity product, right? A Nautilus is a Nautilus is a Nautilus, even more than guitars, because guitars, one has a different look, a certain looking for a grain, a certain whatever, certain color, right? Where the Nautilus is the Nautilus is the Nautilus, right? If it's a 61 key Nautilus, it's a 61 key Nautilus. And that's such a little microcosm of the market. Let's go out of here. And can I go back? Yeah, can I go straight to used? Yeah, right there. So let's go to say, let's just pick a common guitar. Let's pick like Fender. Hold on. I got Fender Strat. Let me just take a look. It's not like this is some unknown brand that they can't get rid of, and they're sort of stuck with it, and so they're trying to blow them out, right? It's a Fender Strat. It's a fairly, again, a bit of a commodity, much like the Nautilus, but not quite the same, right? Still enough variation that's not quite a commodity. But still, you don't see too many price drops at the low end, but these prices have come down. They didn't want to even go for a Mexican-made Strat. They didn't want to go under $500 for the longest time. Certainly, $499 was sort of like where it was, and now you're starting to see them come in at $399, $429, $449, starting to come in a little bit lower, $469. Again, a bunch in the $469 area, $479. So again, they're starting to take a little bit. As you get a little bit higher, again, they were trying to get $629. It's down to $499. You're not going to see too many price reductions at the super low end because they hold out hope. $619 down to $499. $675. Yeah, nice try. $675 for a player Strat. I mean, come on. $499 is the correct answer, not $675. It goes on and on. Again, with $609 down to $499. With $649 down to $499. Because, and look at how many have come through at $499. It's like they're really, that is way down from where it was. Because, they're like, will you pay this? And people go, no, not $749 down to $549. This isn't $749 down to $719. It's $749 down to $549. It's $669 down to $549. Because again, a little bit of overreach, I think. And of course where you're going to see like probably some of your bigger discounts will be in like some of more of the premium models, because they tend to like shoot the moon, for that kind of stuff. Again, $599. Not huge discounts. $699 down to $599. $669 down to $599. Some pretty good drops. $699 to $599. Let's just skip over a couple. There's a lot. In fact, do they show the... Well, they don't. Interesting. Yeah, it's probably because it's not a part of their database. But they would break it down by price, so you could see which... how you can almost get like the mode on that, right? Which one has the most in it. And it's going to be between like 500 and like 750. If you're looking at it on a chart. $729 down to $679. Again, you see the drops. Let's see what they got. Do they have any of the U.S. ones? We're still in sort of made in Mexico. A lot of the import stuff. Robert Cray, artist model, but that's still MIM. Yeah, well, there's an American Standard. It's not, though. It's an American Performer. Okay. That's the other thing you got to watch out for. That's not a Standard. That's a Performer. It's still an American-made guitar. It's a nice guitar, don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't have a large headstock like that. That's the Performer series, not the Standard series. There's an American Standard. They were shooting for $849. They dropped it. I mean, $949, and they dropped it to $849. You know. See, there's some American stuff. Highway 1 is an American-made guitar, $849. A lot of pluses. Right now, you're getting into like high-end Mexican stuff, which is like the Player Plus, the Jimi Hendrix, right? Signature models. That's cool. This is an MIJ. That's an ST57. Yeah. Again, I just feel like that is the logo scratched at $849. It's kind of high. You know, this is something that would have been $549 not that long ago. You know, I feel like that they were really trying to shoot the MIJ stuff way up there, but I don't see it. Like photo finishes, you used to be able to get a photo finish $550, $650 all day long. Now they want more like $850, $950. But I think people are balking at it. I think they're like, no, I don't want to pay that. And once you get into the 900s, you can get standards all day. Any deluxes down here? Performer, standard. Can we get it? Oh, there, you got a deluxe. There's a deluxe. Any more? Under $1,000? Anything? What's interesting is that's a photo finish. That's an MIJ guitar right there. That's photo finish all day long. Terrible photo. You know, again, this is something that would have been $550, $650 not too long ago. And what are they trying to get? $999. Again, I think that guitar is going to sit. It's a nice guitar. Don't get me wrong. That's an early '90s MIJ photo finish, but yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Anyway, what you can do is, I think if we go to, we dump Strat, we go to guitars, electric guitars, solid body electric guitars, and then we say price drop. There you go. Again, they were shooting for $23.19 for the Les Paul, but they're dropping it down to $21.99. I still think there's a ways to go on that. I really feel like a lot of these, once they hit the used market, should be more like $18.99, $19.99. So, we'll see. We will see, but the problem is that the retailer, the new ones go up, and they just base it off of whatever they cost new. They're like, well, if they're $29.99 new, yeah, but what did you pay for it? I mean, how much are you marking this up? Did you get it for a certain amount of money, and then you're like, yeah, but they're getting these for it now. Yeah, and there's a Premium Plus. They were trying to get $25.99, $23. 25 down to $23.50. All right, $200 off. A whole bunch of ones in here. And that's a good, from $24.50 to $21.99. Yeah, that's a good little, nice looking top there too. Nice top there, Toppy. Is that an R9? You're like, sure. I wonder how many Ultra Lux guitars Fender sells. You know, they had those Ultra Luxes. They started to go a little bit cheaper. They were all stuck around the high. Those, I know the one you're talking about. Those were all stuck around the high teens, low twos. But I feel like they've dropped into the 6s and 7s, like 16, 17. Let's see if we have one in here that may have had a drop. Yeah, right there. They wanted, there's an Ultra right there, right? HSS, $23.99 down to $19.99. I think it's got a little more room to go, right? Beautiful guitars, ebony fretboards, stainless steel frets, and you know the nice top there, Toppy. What do we got here? Let me close some of these windows. Yeah, another one that's sort of exploding up. The 25th anniversary guitars. I remember back in like 2010, could have bought these all day for $7.99 to $9.99. And then they were all up in the lower teens. Even as recently as like 2020, 2021, I could have got one for like $1,200, $1,300. And now they want 19. Why? Why, God? No, well, let me grab my knee. Why? 2019 Les Paul Classic, again, $19.99, dropping it by $200. $19.99 to $17.50. $19.99 to $17.99. Right? A lot of discounts. It's like you try. You got a new one for $17? That's a good price. Let's see if we can find one like this one. God, I have one of these, but they were asking way too much money for it. There's all kinds of condition issues, and they were trying to get $24.99 for it. Yeah, good luck. This was down to $19.99. I think it was at like $18.99 recently. It's down to $16.59. That'll probably sell at $12.99 or so, maybe. You know, here's an American Ultra, $16.50. But that doesn't look like is that the Ultra, or is that a Rarities? Really? I think that's just the Deluxe. You ain't no Ultra. Unless I'm thinking of the older one. I'd get that Vintage 2 first. Though I have to say, I do like, there's a reason I like the MIJ necks. And it's because they're a little more narrow. Oh, yeah, right. That's where the Select starts. That's not an Ultra Lux. That's the OG Select Strat with the mahogany body. And that's a way roller nut. These are from like 2011, I think, 2010, 2011, and you can get them under $1,000. Yeah, you know, selling. The thing is, they take them in. They really don't know what they have, and they throw them up there. The Kiesels have seen big drops. Again, I said the off-brands, I think, take a bigger beating than like Fender or Gibson. You know, there's another Ultra, $14.50. But I think the other one we were looking at was like the Ultra Deluxe, right? Ooh, look at you. It's like you're, what do we got here, buddy? The old synth. Who had one of those? Alan Holdsworth, right? Meh. Again, they're holding out for $16.39 on a Cutlass. $12.99 is the correct price. Again, that again. What are you thinking going for that kind of? And SGs, you used to be able to get SGs all day long for between $8.99 and like $10.99. They all shot up to like, $14.99, $15.99, and they're falling back to earth in a major way. Major way. Les Paul Traditional Plus, snap neck. I feel like this has a headstock repair. No? That's pretty cheap for a non-headstock repair. $12.99. Not a doubt. Anyway, you kind of get the gist. I feel like $14.99 and $12.50. $15.49 and $12.49. Now, a lot of these S2s get knocked down because they take them in and they put them up as the full version, not the S2. And they're like, McCarty, $594, $2,800. I'm like, that guitar sold for $1,700 new, or $1,500 new. That's an S2. Like, what are you thinking? They're like, oh, I didn't realize it was an S2. Yeah, S2, bro. Anyway. Fernandes. You're dropping 11. You gotta drop 1,200 on the Fernandes. Fernandes. Didn't ABBA write a song about these guitars? A lot of American 2s down around 1,200. Anyway, a lot of Balagua. God, I can never pronounce that guy's name. Balugala. Guitar Center is weird. Depends on the manager in the store. If you go to Natick, yeah, they won't budge on price. But if you go to Danvers, they'll barter. Yeah, it really does depend on the store manager in the store. So I feel like Danvers gets they get a lot of crap up there. That store seems to be a real clearinghouse for garbage. Exactly, it's gabagool. Oh my God. So anyway, I'm a prisoner in my own friggin' house because of the friggin' weather. I'm just sitting here, like, literally watching the clock. Is it over? Let me know when it's over. I hate this. I hate it. We had Buddy here for a second. Let me conjure a cat. He's right here. Mr. Buttles. Thoughts on the new Schecter triple humbucker? I don't know. It feels like a 10-blade razor. Did we need that? Did we need that? Will the Pats beat the Eagles? Who knows? My gut says no. But crazier things can happen. Hey, can the Lions beat the Chiefs? Probably not. But I'm excited for the games tomorrow, too. Of course, I'd be in a better mood for the games if it was crispy fall air and not the muggy friggin', steam room that is our current weather and our future weather. So it's funny because they were like, and I just think that on Tuesday we're going to have like a much big drop in humidity and it's going to feel much better. And then the other night they were like, if you're looking for like a drop in humidity, it's probably coming Saturday, like a week from today. They're like, really not till like next Saturday. They're like, we're sort of stuck. It's like we have been stuck in patterns this friggin' summer. When I did the trailer with Speaker, one of the reasons why I went and got that is because they kept saying on the news, this is the longest stretch without rain. Like, we're predicting these next couple of days will be the longest stretch without rain since May 30th. It's like, what? And it didn't last long. We're right back into like everyday friggin' rain again. Just the wettest, craziest, most humid, summer. Oh, you sleep much better in the fall and the winter. Oh my God, it was so friggin' hot. We hit 95 the other day. Was that Thursday? I could barely sleep that night. I got up to the attic. It was like 78 degrees with the air conditioning running all day. My woefully inadequate, undersized system running nonstop and never shutting down was at like, 77.9, 52% relative humidity. I'm like, oh, you son of a bitch. I kept telling the dude, I like it a good 66 in the summer. Like, not much above that. I like it a good 66 degrees year round. I like a good 18C. That's where I'm at, 18. 17's a little too cold. 19's a little too warm. I'm good about 18C. Yeah, there's no way we could put a pool in my backyard. Way too small. You know what I did get? I was talking about it with Speaker the other day because he can attest that within seconds I am just like somebody poured a friggin' bucket of water over my head. The water like just dripping off my face. I lean over and it's like my shirt looks like it's been pouring out, but it's just coming off. It's literally raining off my friggin' forehead. And I got some headbands, and not the. I didn't go with the '70s terry cloth tennis headbands. I went with the The Zoolander. Went with the Zoolander headband. It's been great. Really works. Spent 5 days without AC and 100 plus. You know, it's been so friggin' hot, and my son's college dorm doesn't have air conditioning. I'm like, that's ridiculous. For what we're paying for that place, you could put in central air. I mean, please, that is ridiculous. Yeah, I don't have one of the headbands here. Oh, is there one close enough? I don't want to hit Buddy. Can I get it? Oh, they were so soaking wet. I had it sitting on a. Oh God, it's still a little damp. It's from like 3 days ago. You know, like that. I can't. I got the headphones on, but you get the idea. It's just like a little bit thinner, a little bit thicker on the front, a little bit thinner on the back. Put that on the front. And I tell you, they worked great. They really do work and keep the sweat out of your eyes. The Loverboy headbands, exactly. Although I think they just had bandanas, right? Yeah, it's like a bandana, but it's not a bandana. Right? Yeah, like the Stevie Van Zandt. There you go, kind of like that. Or you know what? You know who's been wearing one like this a lot lately? That I think Keith Richards, right? That big giant friggin' headband he wears. If you sit in AC all the time, your body doesn't act on. Yeah, that's good. I don't want it to. I don't like it. Exactly, Axl Rose. When I put it on, I start going like this. And the first time that played, we're like, what the fuck was that? Is that singing? Wait, is it? Is the record stuck? What the frick? What? You're Axel. I think he's having an episode. Get whatever that thing is that Billy Gibbons wears. Yeah, right? Sure. Though mine is more practical than fashion. Exactly. It was a tribute to Yoko. Axl Rose dances exactly like Davy Jones of the Monkees. He probably loved the Monkees. He'll never admit it, though. You know where you are, baby? You're in the rest home. Exactly, the Dire Straits headband. See, it's the same headband, but boy, you can really attribute it all over the place. Yeah, sure. Yeah, right, John McEnroe. I was going to do like the terry cloth, kind of like Paul Pierce one. Remember there was a whole move to like headbands by NBA teams in the 90s? It really did become a fashion accessory for a while. I feel like it's, yeah, exactly. Welcome to the rest home. Welcome to the rest home. We got fun and games. Hey, something? Is stuck somewhere? My hand, is there a cat hitting that? No. Yeah, exactly, a little Stevie headband. I feel like this is getting extra sensitive here. What are we doing? What are we hitting here? What are we doing? What's going on? Yeah, the Bret Michaels. That's what I thought of when I was putting it on. The Bret Michaels. Sure. Throw it on. Do a little lip pursing. Do it my Blue Steel, my La Tigra, Ferrari. I haven't tried that free patch pack from THU. I've been fooling around. I got the St. James. It's not bad. It's okay. I got the Guitar Rig 7. Just fooling around with that in the last couple of days. And that seems to be a little bit better too. I like some of the changes. You know, I always try them and I fool around with them and I go, you know what, that sounds really good. I think that sounds better. And then I go back to THU and I go, oh, no, wait, it doesn't sound as good as I think it does. And I go back to THU, boy, that does sound a lot better. You know, so some of them do certain sounds like mid-push sounds, especially that St. James, really good mid-push sounds. And really good clean sounds. But like a buddy of mine says, because it's easy to do the clean sounds. You know, that is way easier than the distorted sounds. And I agree. Especially things like, you know, down to just those dynamics. Oh no, Poison did well. I remember, was it Bobby Dahl? Is that the drummer? I always forget these guys. Is it Bobby Dahl? Right? Not the drummer for Poison. He gave this like interview on like MTV one time. I think it was MTV. He basically said, you know, Poison isn't going to be. We might have a few hits that linger into the future, but we're not going to be a long-term band like the Beatles and the Stones. It's just not that kind of act. He goes, my greatest hope is that I earn enough money now that it will sort of like cover me to be able to enjoy a life of music for the rest of my life and not have to take a different job. And I thought that was some of the most sensible and like, you know, straight up, you know, fully aware of his situation than any other friggin' interview I've ever seen. It was like the most real and down to earth. You know, he's like, you know, we're a flash in the pan. We'll have a little success, and maybe I can earn enough money that it will cover me for the rest of my life. And I was like, damn it, that's so good. Yeah. So it was Ricky Rocket. Ricky Rocket. That's who it was. It was Ricky Rocket. It was the drummer. It was definitely the drummer. Because he basically said, you know, we're gonna have a little window of success here. He goes, and we might have some songs that carry into the future. He goes, but we're not going to have the career like some of these old classic bands. He goes, that it's just not that type of environment any longer. And he goes, so I'm just hoping that I can pull enough money out now that I'm good. And I was like, I hope so too, man. I'm rooting for you. Exactly. Very. Yeah, exactly. He went into the headband business and made a killing selling them to Brett. What would the Jimi Hendrix headband look like? I think it's kind of similar, right? I think Hendrix used the bandana, right? Yeah, Guitar Rig 7's out. I do think it sounds a little better. I think that it looks to me like they licensed a lot of IRs from bigger, like Lancaster and I think Sigma 3 and there's a whole bunch that they licensed IRs, and they sound better. Go figure. Because Lancaster's the old Rosen Digital. So they're all pretty good. Having a good cab IR goes a long way. It really, really does. Hold on, I gotta get rid of some of these. That is a good looking Les. I gotta say though, that is a pretty good looking Les Paul right there. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there. I do like the look of that one. That is a good one. Let me kill some of these tabs here. There we go. Let's see if we can find a... Oh, yeah. And like that. There you go. A little bit. Well, no, a little bit. That's not... Is that Hendrix? Almost looks like the AI Hendrix. No, there's another headband. You got a blue one, right? Yeah. Right there. Oh, yeah, there's another one. Oh, yeah, right there. That's a bandana. Rolled up. That's what everybody used to do. Take a bandana and give it the old... Just wrap it up. I feel like that's what Bret Michaels does too, right? Bandana. What about the new Les Paul and those colors? Let's check it out. I had heard something about that. I had heard that. Hold on 1 second here. Les Paul, you said, right? Yeah. Oh. Well, I kind of like it. You got the plain top with the Inverness green, figure top in a translucent fuchsia, plain top in a classic white, figure top in a blueberry burst. You've seen this blueberry burst in the what do they call that? The Pro 5? Oh yeah. I don't like the faded. That's going to be a no from me, dog. I don't like satin finishes. I was just talking about this with Bobby because he likes that new Jackson. He thought the new Jackson, like, what do they call that? The Slasher series or some shit like that. I forget it. Like the new Shredder, new Jackson Shredder. They're USA made, but they're I do like that red though. But they oh yeah, the amber. Oh wow, that denim, ocean blue. 60s cherry. Huh. Huh. I'm more of a 60s for the, for the neck. Blueberry burst. Oh, look at that. Hey, baby. Wish that top was a little more consistent. Feel like it kind of fades up in this corner, but you know what? It's the angle. I've seen that time and time again. You like it. The flames go away, but then you hold it at another angle, and they're all right there. It's just the angle. Oh yeah, I kind of like these colors. It's a departure from the what they've been doing for about 3 years now. Right, I think it's started with the 2019 series, and what's that? Honey Amber. Oh yeah. Again, these tops, I wish they were a little bit more consistent. Hold on. Wait a second. Oh yeah, I thought so. Ladies and gentlemen, Buddy has entered the set. Okay. You muting me? It's a mutiny. What's that, buddy? Okay. Right. Right. Sure. Right. Oh, careful. Right. Right. Sure. Sure. Yeah. 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 So I don't know if you heard that, but he said he loves the top, but he feels it's a bit inconsistent. And he would call that color cat's eye. Hold on. No. I'm not doing anything. Whatever. No, I'm doing. What am I doing? Who am I talking to? Nobody. I'm talking to anybody. Got a butt in the butt. And the buddy got a butt. I got a cat. Oh, give him the butt. Give him the butt, buddy. Give him the buddy butt. What are we doing? What are we doing? It's like, I got you now. Can't be mean to me because everybody's on camera right now. Can't be mean to me. No, we're never mean to Buddy. We're never mean to the Buddy. The Buddy in the butt, and he's got a buddy butt because he's got the buddy butt with the buddy butt. Oh, yeah, he's drooling now. He's got the drool. Yeah, I know. He's drooling. Alright, let's go to back to hair. I think of all the ones I like, I kind of like that blueberry burst, even though translucent fuchsia, ocean blue, 60s cherry, translucent oxblood. Oh, they brought back the oxblood, huh? Oh, I kind of like that. It's not, it's they also, it's like black, but it's not black. It's like a super dark red. Yeah, translucent oxblood. Interesting. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a neck, all right. That checks out. Anything else? SGs? Anything? Anything? No. Heritage. 61. What's under original? '60s plain top classic. Oh, interesting. So is this isn't the classic though, is it? No, it's the '60s. It's a standard '60s. I see, but with a plain top. Right, so they just painted. Quite frankly, I kind of like the paint. Pelham blue, what's this? The Inverness? Yeah. Ebony, cardinal red. Classic white, sparkling burgundy. I kind of like that. I could rock that. What else do we got? Oh, 50s plain top. Are they all the same colors though? Yeah, and classic. Yeah, so it looks like the colors are shared between the two. And very interesting. And what else do we have here? Faded. I don't like faded. That's going to be a no from me, dog. Oh, but they're still doing the iced tea in the '60s and the heritage and the... Buddy, what the hell are you eating? What are you eating? You know what he's eating? You know what Buddy is munching right now? You seeing this cat? Seeing this thing? You know what he's eating? He is gnawing on this leather strap I have. He likes to chew on the leather. And the thing, he won't chew on anything else, just leather. But he knows leather, and he likes it. It's like suede. And he likes to munch on that. My God. I do like that 70s. Yeah. Because it has the, it's got the binding on the neck. And it's got the oversized mother of pearl dot inlay, which I friggin' love. I love in a friggin' V. You know. Yeah, but it's a top loader. I don't like that. I know with the tailpiece. Yeah. I don't know. I'm partial to the back load. You know, like a telly. Right, string through body. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. It tastes animal. See, would you ever do a Kiesel build? Yeah, but I have to be very careful because Kiesels are kind of a... You have to be careful because I played a couple of Kiesels where I thought the neck was fine. You know, certainly played and, you know, felt nice. But I had a couple of there, and maybe this is just an option. Really fat neck, big giant gargantuan, you know, baseball bat of a neck on it. And maybe that's just an option. You can get the thick neck or the thin neck, but these had... A couple of the ones I tried had big old fat baseball bat necks, and Other ones, not so much. It's just dependent on it. One of the better necks I've played was that sort of like that green one that Tone King had, right? I think it had an ebony fretboard maybe. And like a racing green, something like that. That one played fine. Had like more of like a shred neck to it, that I like. Not like Ibanez Wizard thin, but pretty good. But I played so many that were the complete opposite of that. I don't like a big chunky neck. That's just not my style. They have a thin neck option. Yeah, see, I'd have to go with the thin neck option. I'm sure I'd be fine with that. I'm sure that's within working parameters because I know I have played them, and I've been like, oh, this one's fine. Well, this is a fine neck, So I'm sure it can be had, by them, that they can produce something like that. It's just making sure you get it right. You can't use your optic fiber cable today. Uh-oh. It could be worse. It could have been a power cable. It could have really hurt themselves. But, yeah. Oh, they get in trouble. What was it? I had like a USB cable. Like, what the hell is this? I realized these are cat teeth marks. They're chewing on my cables. How was your kids' first week of college? It seemed to go okay. My son hates his roommate. Says he hasn't taken a shower since he's been there. He's trying to move to a different dorm, but that's tricky. But I think he might be able to. And I think he's been approved for it, and he's going to try and move out to a different dorm because and I guess his roommate's a gamer that runs his computer like he's a real late night gamer with a really bright screen, and he asked him to like turn the screen, and the kid said like no, and he's like, I don't even want to deal with this dude. He's all he's ready to move, so he's gonna move out of there. I think he got paired up with a new roommate, and he's moving into some other dorm. But you gotta be careful though. Sometimes you move and it's even a worse situation. But I think he's feeling like it can't get much worse than the dude he's with. So I think he's out of there. And like my wife said, she's like, these rooms are so small. There's no air conditioning. It's like, you're a goddamn prisoner. I'm like, I know. I don't know why they want to go to school and live there. It's not a requirement. But apparently they want to do it and they want to go and hang out. But, he took the train home this afternoon, and they left and drove down to Providence to go to some show. It's like, do you really? You could probably drive to school. Like, do you really need to live there? For the $16,000 it costs to friggin' stay there. I might have dressed, but the funk brow wash. No, he goes, he stinks like B.O. He goes, this dude he's just like one of those dudes who's just all natural. And then I think he's like a completely different major. I think the dude who he's going into is like a very similar major to what he has. My son's in biotech, and this guy's in like chemistry or something like that. Completely different from the other dude, I know, it's all about getting away from their parents. Till they realize, you know what? It wasn't that bad where we were. I I thought it was going to be better, but this is infinitely worse. Especially when you don't have friggin' central air in your dorm, and it's like friggin' 100 degrees and absolutely brutally stifling friggin' humid. I can't even. What a house of horrors to like have to stay in a place with no air conditioning, especially like this week. You know, they literally closed some of the schools because they were so friggin' hot and they have no air conditioning around here. So it's friggin' torture. Am I up late tonight? No. Yeah, exactly. And then on top of that, the friggin' roomie stinks. What a friggin' nightmare. So we'll see. He supposedly is moving out. Ex-girlfriend says was a no-shower axe spray kid. Nearly drove me to vomit. Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah, closet size for 2 kids. That's what it feels like, you know. But he joined the, my daughter is in a place, it's like an apartment. It's owned by the school. It's like 8, she has her own bedroom, which is kind of nice. It's 8 bedrooms in a main area with a kitchen and a bathroom. So that's pretty good. And, but her place has air conditioning. You turn the AC on. You can't do that in his place, which is freaking ridiculous. Right, shouldn't I, Steve? Talk to you soon. Thanks, buddy. We got to get together soon. We'll go see our buddy. We'll go out to lunch. Yeah, let's take our cigarettes, friends, to lunch soon, please. Yeah. No, we will. We should. Speaking of that, I have a friggin' Dave Saw chicken plate waiting for me upstairs. A couple of sliders and some fries. Yeah, smelly gamer. That stinks in more than one way. Yeah, right. But he joined the I think he joined the biology club, the chemistry club, and the good thing is you know my son is 6'4", and I think the dude he moved in, the guy he's supposed to be moving in with, is also like 6 foot something and like plays basketball. Like I think they're way more compatible. Right, this other dude is like a not sports. He's just into gaming, and so we'll see. And a few guitars for our friend, I know. We'll throw them in the back of the trailer. Load it up, boys. Bummer, hopefully your son can get out of there. I think he can. I think he has been approved for a move. If you do it, you got to do it very quickly. And they'll see if they can move you around. But I think he got approved for it, and I think he's going to move. But this will be it. If this doesn't work out, this is it. And, you know, it can't be any worse than the situation he's in. That's what he's thinking. You know. Well, we'll see. We will see. A friend might like a ride in the trailer, I know. Throw him on the back with a guitar and a microphone. Do a few Quiet Riot songs. Oh my God. Exactly. All right, dudes. Well, it's 9 o'clock. I should call it but I really do like this guitar. It's some good in the hand. You see, it got actually, probably can't see, it's got quite a little bit of a flame to the neck here. I don't know if you can really see it, though. But it's there. A little bit of the flambe. Maybe right there you can see it a little bit. It's nice. It's nice. That's nice. Nice. All right, dudes. Well, thanks for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Super extra special thanks to anyone contributed, and I'm gonna shout out Tony right now. Hey-o! Because he's awesome. You're awesome, dude. I always appreciate that, and it's very much appreciated. And let me see. What else? Brofist to my mod squad. Hashtag Brofist. Hashtag mod squad. And we will do it all again in a week. And tomorrow night, roughly 23 hours from now, I will be on Ben Coombs' show. Apparently, what's his name there? Ed Sheeran canceled last minute. He's going to bring in a ringer like me, cover up. So we'll do it all tomorrow night, and we'll talk all things Canadian. I don't know, something. We're doing something. But make sure you check it out. It was, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was, I try to, it's like when you see Neil deGrasse Tyson on Colbert. All right, who didn't show up, and you call Neil, get down here. Right? Like, were you just on? Yeah, we had a last minute cancellation, and Neil lives 2 blocks away. So tomorrow night, check out the Ben Coombs Show on the Ben Coombs channel with Ben Coombs. I think that's the full title. The Ben Coombs Show on the Ben Coombs channel with Ben Coombs. And there you go. And we will see you then. And like I said, I'm going to probably, stock up on poutine and Canadian bacon. And then we'll talk about something. That I can guarantee you. The one thing I can guarantee, we're going to talk about something. For sure. All right. I will see you there then. And of course, a week from tonight, we will do it all again. And we will have fun. And there you go. And I'll be exhausted next week because I'll be prepping. I have a week from tomorrow is my reunion party with all the guys from the music store. They're all coming here for the big reunion. And I'm supposed to get this friggin' yard cleaned up. But of course, it's... where's my photo? Yeah, listen, I just have to go out in the yard, and I just have to clean up a little bit. Oh. Huh. Anyway. I know. Exactly. It's nothing but friggin' lightning. There was some lightning today, let me tell you. There was some serious thunder boomers. And friggin' Buddy comes down. He's like, okay, all right, I'm down here now. All right. All right, dudes, have a good one. See you on Ben Coombs' show tomorrow night. And I will see you a week from tonight. And maybe, just maybe, I have a video shot. I've already edited like half of it. It was so hot in the attic, I couldn't even go up there to edit anything this week. It's going to be cooler this week, even though muggy. But at least it's not going to be 90 to 95 degrees, which is like 10 to 15, maybe even as much as 20 degrees above normal. Our normal today is supposed to be like 75 to 77, and we were like 96. Crazy. Anyway. I will see you dudes in a week. And I'll see you on Ben Coombs' show tomorrow night. And there you go. What's the matter, Tony? Tony looks sad. Everybody all right? Yeah, muggy. I know. It is. It's muggy. All right. I'm finally going to be out of here, I think. Here I go. No, you hang up. All right. Have a good one. I will see you guys tomorrow night and then a week from tomorrow, and maybe I'll get that video done. And there you go. And you rock. I will see you guys then. And there you go. But meetings all day Monday. Oh, no. Well, you're going to miss Ben's show. Oh, it's all right. You can watch it on the replay. You keep those shows up, don't you, Ben? You don't. Those aren't one and done, right? Yeah, I think he leaves them up. They're not. Some people actually delete their live shows. They only do produce material on live shows or a fleeting glimpse. All right, I'm going to have some Dave's hot chicken. All right, dudes. Have a good one. See you soon. There you go. Now I'm really going. I swear. All right. Later.